Hey people, Kyle Christensen here with the motivational stuff for spinal cord injury and traumatic brain injury recovery. And I wanted to talk about anger and how I overcame anger and what helps with anger. And, once again, what helps with anger happens to be God and Jesus really have helped me a lot with anger. And really, fear and respect for those two have really helped me a lot with that. Really, personally, I because in the Bible it talks about you can have the good at your heart, but the devil at your tongue, or you can have or vice versa. It depends, but what I'm saying happens to be when you have when when you're speaking, you know, I worry about purgatory. I worry about what happens in purgatory. I worry about you know I mean I I worry about that. But what happens that help with that happens to be and here's another thing. Being truly sorry for my sins happens to be something that has been you know something that's really been since I began. I really say that's really been since I began. It's really has been. Really being truly sorry for sins committed, and not only sorry because feel like have to be sorry because that's the rule, you know, but actually feeling sorry. It's almost like it's almost like, to use an analogy, it's almost like taking a test and knowing the answers to pass the test, but not actually knowing the answers. It's like that's what I would use to describe that. But it's like I I really I really battle fighting fear of because here's the thing. uh, god's god's we all will pay for our sins on earth. We all will, and we all do. And some of us pay here on earth, and some of us, well, we all are paying for for our sins on earth in some ways, whether we know it or not. We are. But you know, I would say what helps me a lot with anger happens to be I'll be blunt and I'll be honest and brutal boldness here. A priest I like to listen to happens to be Father Karapi. All right, I like Father Karapi, and he's bold and he's blunt and he's he's out and out with things. All right, well, I worry about in purgatory your time being cut out for speaking out against the Lord on earth and for speaking out against and not being sorry for sins and confessing to sins and not being sorry for them and only saying them because they're the rule and not being truly sorry at heart. I believe, fear of that really has me watching what I say and what I do and things like that. That really has me walking a line a little straighter and a little more narrower, and you know it if anyone's wondering why my voice happens to be cracking a little bit, I've been up all night working on my website. I really have redone a bunch of stuff. I really went through and redid a bunch of stuff. It was one of those things that it was good, but it was one of those things that it was nagging on me because it could be better, and there was some things that really needed to be worked on my website, and I really got them taken care of. I got some glitches taken care of, and I really got the glitches taken care of. I wasn't using my mind when I originally, I wasn't thinking clearly. But what I originally did my website, it wasn't drinking or anything. I've not drank for over a year. What I mean by not thinking clearly was brain injury stuff mixed with tiredness, because fatigue gives a brain injury, and I've been up for hours now and still running on. I got my coffee. I got my coffee cup. My mom got me, and I really like this coffee cup. I'm really proud of my mom, and also I love my mom with my entire heart, and she's the greatest mom I could have ever asked for, and I literally owe God sandal shines every morning for blessing me the mom he blessed me with after I pass away. Alrighty, thank y'all.